Hello everyone, let us continue our story. Let us go a step further and let us deal with more than one classes. That means it is the time to introduce the inheritance in the discussion and base class, child class pointers and their functionalities, when they will work, when they will not. All right. Okay, if you just take a look at the code, example code, it will give you the reflection of the diagram itself. That means the code will be giving you the direct reflection of the diagram here, so that you can correlate them anytime you want for the simplification, for the explanation itself. Okay, here we have a base class called BC with two properties. There is one variable and one function in the public section. So when you derive the objects, when you create an object of that class called base, it will be something like this. Okay, just like that. Now focus on the child class called DC is actually inheriting the properties of the base class and storing them all in the public section. So child class is having total 4 properties, 2 from the base class, 2 from the child class, and the diagram would be like, exactly this. 2 properties from the base class and 2 properties from the child class. Okay, everyone just take a look at the main function. The actual story now begins. Now be very careful, very focused and very concentrated. Try not to miss anything at all. Okay, here step number 1. Everyone, step number 1, you can find the explanation. Step number 1, you can see the diagram. Step number 1, you can see the coding. Everything is given right, so that you can easily correlate step number 1 everywhere. Okay, in step number 1, we had done one thing. First of all, we created an object of class base called base itself. Another thing, we created a pointer of the base class and made it point to the base class object only. So everyone, this is the happening after base class pointer is pointing at the base class object. So that is our step number 1. Okay, now see this part, base class pointer, base class object, and now base class pointer is pointing to the object of base class. That's it. Right next to that, we are trying to set some values. We are trying to call some functions using that base class pointer. You know the drill, you know the practice. We are supposed to make use of arrow operators. Okay, so using an arrow operator, bptr pointer, base class pointer, is trying to set the values 100 over here. And right next to that, it is making a call to the function show, which will be definitely printing the value of b. That means this same class function itself. Okay, step number 2, now we are going to go for a step further. All right, now this time we are going to create an object of child class. Everyone, that is done. Child class object. This is the picture of the child class object called derived. Twisting part. Base class pointer will be now pointing at the child class object. Something like this. Consider this part as a base class, consider a base class object. Another one, that is the child class object, and this is the pointer of the base class. Normally what we do is, base class pointer can point to base class object and it can have access to all the properties of the base class. Twisting part, or you can say trial part. Now the same base class pointer, we will be forcefully pointing it to the child class object. Unfortunately, this time, because the pointer is of the base class, it will be having access only to the properties of the base class only. That means out of all 4 properties, it will be able to access only 2. Is it clear, everyone? Just take a look at the diagram. This bptr pointer, base class pointer, is now made pointed to the child class object, and out of all the 4 properties, it is simply accessing base class properties only. That means it is accessing the properties of its own, because it has no idea, it has no ideas at all that what is the new properties that has been newly created in the child class. It is totally clueless about that. All right, so this time if you try to do something like this using bptr pointer, using base class pointer, all right, fine, something like this, using base class pointer, if you try to access something from the child class object, okay, b variable, that is okay, that is accessible. But this time if you try to access something which it doesn't have any idea, which it doesn't know, it will give you an error, because it has no idea that child class is having a variable called d. It has no idea, no clues about newly created properties in the child class. So it will give you the errors. All right, so we cannot set the values in derived object d variable. So this part it will give you the error. Of course, this particular line, base class pointer is pointing to the child class object and trying to make a call to the show function. Now if you remember, base class itself has a version of show function itself. So what it will do, it will directly go to the same function and it will execute the function show its own copy. So bptr pointer, even though it is pointing to the child class object, it will be executing show function of its own. Okay, one more step, step number 3. This time step number 3 will be given in green. Okay, this time we made it normal. For this reference, base class object, child class object, base class pointer. Instead of that, now we are having a child class pointer. This one is child class pointer, and this is quite normal. You have a child class pointer which is pointing to the child class object, so normal conditions will be applied here. This child class pointer will be able to access everything in the child class. That means it can have access to b, it can have access to d. It has 2 copies of show function, but now you know that this pointer is of the child class, so it will execute the child class copy of show function in the first priority. So show function will be executed of the child class only. Hopefully there is no confusion, no conflicts about it. All right, so we are talking about dptr pointer. This dptr pointer, child class pointer, is pointing to the child class object, making access to everything of the same class. Okay, one last thing, one last step that is given you in the yellow part. All right, even in the diagram, even in the code. Okay, once again, same practice: base class object, child class object, base class pointer, and child class pointer. Okay, what we are going to do is we will be typecasting, we will be converting this base class pointer into child class object. All right, so once this pointer, base class pointer, will be converted into child class pointer, now it will have all the access to the child class properties. That means it can have access to b variable, d variable. It can have access to both the show copies, both show function copies. As you know, base class pointer is now converted into child class pointer. That means by default it will access the show function of the child class only. That is called the typecasting, and you should be very clear, very sure about the method of conversion. That is, this base class pointer, if it has to be converted into child class pointer, this has to be the syntax. This is star. That means bptr pointer is now getting converted into child class pointer. So that is, this is star. Fine. So that is how it is going to make access to d variable of child class. So now it is legal, now it is all true. Another time, using the same bptr pointer, first of all we are going to convert it into child class pointer, and that is the syntax. bc, that means child class pointer, it is converted into child class pointer, and now it will be making a call to the show function of the child class. If you just take a look at the code, if you just take a look at the explanation and diagram, if you follow the color codes, it is perfectly, simply 100% convenient. All right, everyone, just go through the same content, revise everything once again.